If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Oh, this is like PTSD for me at this point. PTSD, bro. PTSD at this point. Guys, I'm going to start off by saying right off the bat, when it comes to FC25, okay, and listen, my mind is gonna eliminate the fact that I could potentially get the best version of gameplay, because I'm gonna base your game off of the gameplay that you get most of the times. My mentality of what gameplay I get most of the time is going to be, in a theoretical world, year one gameplay. Okay. One thing that I'm going to say is that I'm very thankful for the YouTube channel of not needing to stream, of not needing to do more content past player reviews, and then I, try out custom tactics, mainly on the PC. Because I'll tell you this right now, like, let's live in a world where I didn't have like a decent enough PC, which this game is still not optimized for. Let's say I couldn't play this game on PC and I had to play it on console. I feel bad for anybody that bought this game on console, because it will be like this for the entire year. Do you know what EA is doing with this game? This is what they're doing. I don't want any of your gameplay devs to message me about what I think about a patch, because the patches that you do are completely irrelevant to your game. Those patch notes were the biggest patch notes that existed since, like, what was that one game where their base mechanics could have actually been decent? I think it was like FIFA 18, right? FIFA 18 pre-patch. And then like they did like 3 changes and it affected the entire game. Like, this one was notes where there was notes for like everything. Everything was apparently changing. The first time law passes, the Trivellas, which are still, effective in the game, right? I'm scoring, go watch my Caicedo video. I'm scoring a green time Trivela with Caicedo, no problem. So I don't even know, what version of gameplay you guys are working on at the studios when you have like 10 different versions of gameplay in this game. If you're working on the console version of the game and you think that your game right now is in an okay state, you're absolutely idiotic. 100%, okay? If I streamed this game like some of these content creators and play the game normally, and I'm looking at the chat pretending like they're playing a normal video game, I would absolutely lose my mind. Absolutely I would lose my mind. And you know what's really good for me as a content creator on this game is that, if I'm telling you guys this, bro, okay, if I had to play on the console version of this game this year and I did not have the opportunity to go on the PC to only raise my percentage of enjoyment, not even enjoyment, because I don't like this game, just to raise my, what am I going to call it, work rates for this game, because I hate it, right? But just to raise it by 10%, if I couldn't switch to the PC and I had to play the console, who's giving this company FIFA points, bro? Who? And don't be the little rats that come to me and points at content creators, because whoever is giving this company more money, especially if you're on console and you are playing this gameplay where it is slow, sluggish, unresponsive, new lag delay this year, inconsistent gameplay, what are we doing? What are we doing? Guys, I have played the PC and I have played the console. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what happened this year, okay? I was grinding the RTG and I was losing my mind. You guys saw those videos where I was talking about the delay in the game. I was losing my mind, bro. I was getting so angry because I couldn't defend properly. I couldn't attack properly. My controls were not working, okay? Right stick flicking to switch my players while defending would push the ball if I received possession of it, right? Switching to players, moving left and right to jockey with them, I would stop jockeying to the right side. He would continue to jockey to the right side while I'm trying to go to the left side. But it's a bunch of stuff. The attacking, the dribbling, the attacking AI, all of it. Wow. Bro, we play the game, like, as at least for me as a content creator, morning and during the daytime, right? I'm sorry, brother, but it is horrible all the time. It's like a rare Pokemon if I find gameplay that's actually good to play. And even if my gameplay is good to play, there's inconsistencies from one thing to another. This game, from a core perspective, is absolutely broken, because you know what they're doing with this game, guys? I'm going to explain it to you perfectly, okay? Imagine you have this inconsistent gameplay issue, which is a whatever it is that they can't figure out because they're useless, right? Imagine this being like the nucleus of your game, right? And what you're doing with all of these new added animations, new added ways of changing your custom tactics, all of these things, you are building code on top of a horrible code, which is going to progressively make your game worse and worse every year. Now, if I was gonna tell you what I think about the game at its best version compared to best versions of other games, sure, in a theoretical way, I could do that, right? But that is the most idiotic thing to even say in 2024. You have 10 different variations, and the thing is that you have 10 variations, and I mentioned this in previous years, you have 10 different variations of gameplay, but it just gets worse and worse, because when you have the bad gameplay in these new games that keep coming out, it is horrific to play. So when I am matching, I'm going to be honest, when I am matching someone in Elite and I'm playing on console, I already know that that guy's crazy. I already know that he's crazy, because there's no way that you can play the game willingly when it feels like that. If it felt good, like I did in my rant video for like those 3 games specifically, then hey, no problem. That's a normal video game in 2024. A game that is responsive, a game that is quick, a game where I can at least maybe dribble, because from your general experience, left stick dribbling has been thrown out the window. Completely thrown out the window. The responsiveness of the one-to-one controls to dribble, to defend, these deflections, like I'm manually controlling a person, he just does a huge deflection off of his leg, his foot goes right back to the guy, even though the cursor is on the head. And you notice that this year they have a little bit more of a magnification. Even with the cursor on the head, they get the ball and it's always deflected like crazy back to the person. I want to make a pass. The guy has to do an animation before he makes the pass. Brother, the moment I'm holding my controller like this, and then boom, the let go part, the pass should be made. And I'm waiting a second, a full second, for the guy to do an animation first. That was added, because he was not going to do that animation before I made the pass. It was an added animation. You're going to do that with inconsistent gameplay, EA? You're going to add that new code, that new animation to your game with inconsistent gameplay? Are you guys out of your minds? For those of you that work there, okay, your game does not succeed from a financial point of view because your gameplay is good or your game modes are good, right? Your game succeeds because as a console game, Call of Duty and FIFA are always going to be the top selling games for console, and people will always give you FIFA points because, no offense to them, at this point, they are brain dead. Because who is giving FIFA points to this company when the game feels like this? You have to be crazy. And the thing about FIFA points, right, is I as a content creator, wouldn't actually mind promoting the use of FIFA points if it was actually fair for the amount of rewards that you can get back from it, right? But if I spend that same exact amount of money on literally any other game, games that people fight about in regards to, cosmetics and the pay to win variable being such a huge part of those games, if I were to spend that money on any of those games, the amount of stuff that I would get back from it is absurd compared to your game. I wouldn't mind promoting it if it was actually like decent. Like even me as a content creator, like, yeah, sure, FIFA points to get the stuff. No chance. In a way, I can respect EA. In a way. Because the only things that I can respect them for, and this is only from a content creator perspective, the only things that I can respect them for is 1 o'clock content, which hasn't even been good this year. They're giving us cards that they're overpricing that are hard to link, even though they're decent in the game, not for the price that they're at, with people not having abilities to actually grind for fodder, right? Let's mention that right off the bat. But even still, you know, at least they drop an evolution. Hey, cool, I can make an evolution video. Tactic video, I'm on the PC, because I have to be on the PC, because if I'm on the console for that, like, you guys will see some highlights of the console. You'll see me so much more frustrated compared to me being on the PC for the highlights. It's not even comparable. Like, I almost like have a hatred towards the guy that I'm facing, because like, it's the fact that like you're even like playing, like, when it feels like that, that just is. If I couldn't switch to the PC this year, wow. And the thing is that it's not even that much better, right? Because I switched to the PC because there was one specific day that I was playing on the console where I have a clip, right, where the guy was using pressure tactics, and then my game felt slow and sluggish, and then there was delay. So there's no attacking AI, right? When your gameplay feels bad, the attacking AI just doesn't pop off. And I literally said, if this guy scores against me, I'm just gonna leave. And what happened is that same animation that happens all the time, where the guy passes it, and it was an incorrect pass. My player, as a defender, touches the ball, but you know how they do this big emphasis on the ball, and all the guy has to do is just run into my defender, receive possession of the ball, and score. How many times do you guys concede that opportunity? A lot, right? I have to say this, but like, this game will only get worse and worse as the years progress, because if they do not fix the inconsistent gameplay, and at this point hire a new gameplay dev team, because I actually believe that these people are brain dead, because you are adding mechanics, because I actually think that you might be really trash at the game, so you're actually compensating for how trash you are. Because who is going to make a video game? And the thing is, right, is that I can't actually fully roast them like this, right? Because when the gameplay is at its best, I'm playing a different game entirely. It's not even FIFA. It's like I'm playing FIFA or FC 26 that has, like, imagine like the new feature in FC 26 is them fixing inconsistent gameplay and that not being an issue anymore, and I have the best version of gameplay. It is a different game entirely, where it's like, maybe I can dribble, maybe I can actually do passing plays and I get rewarded for it. Maybe I can actually time my shots, right? Because I can't time my shots at all on the console. I'm like, if you guys see, you guys can see. I'm telling you, you just gotta look at the top right part of the screen. You'll see the PlayStation controller. You'll see the type of person I am with the PlayStation controller, and then you'll see the type of person I am when I'm playing on PC, and it's the Xbox controller. Different person, bro. Different person. But you still have inconsistent gameplay on PC. That's why I say that my percentage of enjoyment, not even enjoyment, I don't even want to use that word. My percentage of threshold goes higher, like 10% if I'm playing on the PC for content. I had to make that account. I had to. The RTG account cooked. I don't even care about that account anymore, right? I don't even care about that account anymore, because what I am playing on the console is irrelevant garbage. It is irrelevant garbage every single year, but for this year in particular, much worse, guys. Much worse, man. This new lag delay, the EA having this obsession. I don't know what it is with them, bro, because I don't know if it's because they want to push even more into a pay-to-win direction. I couldn't tell you what it is, right? But I already knew that this game was cooked, because you guys know, and I even made this tweet. Let me see if I have this tweet. Hold on. Let me see if I have this tweet. I don't even think this tweet's here anymore. I had it somewhere. Something about press proven. And Twitter's being so slow right now. Oh, this is what I said. I already called it. I already called it, right? It's going to be a doozy to play EAFC 25. We have players, and this is for FC 24, who have 99 dribbling stats everywhere with press proven plus, and they feel awful. We have players who have jockey plus, and you can't manually defend properly in this game at all, especially after that gameplay patch. Next year is going to be, yet again for sure, probably even worse. Guys, I buy the game because I do content. That is as far as it goes with me, okay? People are like, oh no, Inception, there's no way, like, you must be addicted to the rewards. Am I addicted to the rewards? You think so? Okay, be my guest and go search my division rival rewards, and you're going to see me packing Sun and go see what my reaction is. Do you know why my reaction is like that? Because I couldn't care less about packing Sun, because whoever I buy on the game for the console, they're going to feel horrible to play with. Again, because we play such an idiotic game whenever the game feels like it, which is usually 90% of the times I touch it. You know what I like a lot about these problems that exist within the console version of the game more specifically, but still exists on the PC as well? Like I said, it only raises my threshold by 10%, not enjoyment, threshold. Is you guys used to think I was crazy back in the day. You used to think, what is this guy talking about? In FIFA 15, inconsistent gameplay, this and that. This guy's crazy. I'm going to make a forum post. I'm going to make a Reddit post of Inception complaining too much, of Inception talking about inconsistent gameplay. If you still do that, you're actually a moron. And guys, not in the sense of like, oh, me being a content creator, no one's going to talk poorly about me. No. As a content creator, people will talk poorly about you no matter what. This is going to happen, especially if you're an opinionated person, right? My content is very opinionated. Not like the discussion, I'm talking about like player reviews, tactics. So sure, people will write some sort of post saying that I'm this and that. That's fine. That is normal. But when people make posts about me complaining about the gameplay, or me complaining about inconsistent gameplay, or me complaining about the game mode formats in this game, you're brain dead. You're brain dead. You're completely brainwashed. 100%. You are brainwashed on a whole other level. It's actually disgusting how brainwashed you are. There's no way you play this game on console, which most of you do. There's no chance that a lot of you guys play on PC. Some of you do, right? But there's no chance that you guys play on console and you go and willingly write that post. You're insane. You're actually insane, especially for this year's game, because wow, it is not good to play. And what's funny is that you guys know when I do content, a lot of it is through rivals, or a lot of it is through Foot Champs matchmaking, right? For me to do my reviews, whether if the tactic sucks, it is what it is. I'll lose and I'll move on to the next game, right? Because it's not relevant for my content, rewards and whatever. And you know, I was playing Foot Champs, and even though the record was fine, even though we got hacked on 4 times, right, this weekend, which is a whole different situation, right? My game was still very slow and sluggish. And this is me playing on the PC. Do you know what the main difference of the PC version of the game is to the console version of the game? Can I tell you guys what it is? It's your controls, dude. Your controls and the consistency of it working, it just increases. That's what it is. But don't think that my game doesn't feel slow and sluggish still. It does, but at least it's as slow. It's like this. Like imagine this. I'm going to explain it to you perfectly. This is so idiotic that I'm talking like this in 2024. It's idiotic. And it's idiotic on top of that people protect this company in this game. You're out of your minds. Okay? It's like this. If I'm on the PC and I'm playing the game, because it obviously has crossplay, so I'm matching with people on the console, right? If I'm facing that console person and I can tell my game is slow and sluggish, but at least my controls work at like 70% capacity, because it's still not that great, but it's still way better than it is on console, right? I'm thinking the entire time, I'm like, brother, if it feels like this on the PC, if I was on the console, I would probably toss my PS5 out the window. My PS5 now is just like a glorified share play console. It's a glorified share play console. But this game wouldn't even be ready at the point of me being able to stream it. Even if I had PC gameplay, I couldn't care less about that. I couldn't care less. I could not care less, man. Couldn't. You know, with the gameplay being the way that it is, with the way that they format their game modes, I will talk about the game modes every single year as much as I have to. This game has the most competitive game modes. It has the most competitive feel to it when it comes to like what you do in the game, for a game that is nowhere near the competitive level when it comes to skill. You have all this slow, disgusting animations, disgusting controls, disgusting play style, disgusting goals being scored. The play style of building up your play and actually doing a good breakdown, not being the top, most important thing in your game. You could still do it. I'm not saying that you can't, but people doing the same exact meta plays that, and I like I said, I feel this more on the console than I do on the PC, right? But I literally did an attacking tutorial talking about the specific areas that people will attack every single time. And when I am playing on the console, I cannot defend those areas because I can't switch to that area once I find, again, mostly on console, but on the PC as well, because if it feels slow and sluggish, like just to switch to the defender and then to initially accelerate with him, the guy feels like his feet were initially stuck in cement just for him to be able to move. Like, what do I got to do? I got to spend like 2 million coins on each individual card just to be able to dribble? Brother, I'm using cards that have great dribbling stats, but it's like I said in this tweet. I had cards last year that have 99 dribbling stats, press proven plus, and they still feel horrible. So imagine the game that I'm playing now where they emphasize that even more. They emphasize that even more. I'm definitely a press proven merchant again because every time I have Alex Garcia in my team, it's so funny because I you know, on the console, I have him in the squad. I'm using him with the delay, right? And with the sluggish feel. And he's just like, he's compensating for it, but the controls are not one-to-one when I'm using him. Like, I feel like I'm steering a ship every time I'm using every single one of my players because the controls, I'm always constantly fighting against what my brain is actually like wanting to do to what the game is wanting me to do. I don't have to fight against anything. If I had those 3 games that I had in a row when I made that initial Rant video talking about inconsistent gameplay, I wouldn't have to like talk about this stuff. I'm happy because now you guys can see it. Now you can see what they're doing, building on top of an old code that they refuse to fix, refuse to change because people consistently give them FIFA points. It's one thing if you buy the game, guys, but you're increasing their profits if you keep giving them FIFA points for a game that's a broken piece of garbage. I never felt more like in a year like playing against people that I just feel like are significantly worse than you. And they just have a chance. I never felt that more because they're doing the same exact meta plays all the time, and the only reason why they have a chance is because deflections are crazy, manual defending sucks. I'm controlling people that can't get interceptions still to this day, right? The ball's going through me. I try manual with the player on the cursor, doesn't do it. It's so crazy because when they do new things, you just notice it more. Like the magnification, you definitely notice it more this year, but it's still nowhere near what it should be. But who knows? Maybe it's affected more because of I feel like I'm losing brain cells. I feel like such an idiot. I really do. I feel like an idiot because the only reason I am still here is because I'm a content creator on this game. Because if it wasn't for content creation, I would not play this pile of garbage. No chance, bro. Years ago, it would have already been done. But thankfully, first of all, it's because I play on the PC. If I had to play on the console this year, I would really I would try to push as much as possible, but I don't know. I think I would reach a breaking point. I would reach a breaking point if I couldn't play this game on the PC. Like I said, guys, don't think because the PC guys, they play the game and when they say, oh, the game feels horrible there too, you are right when you say that it feels horrible there too. You are not a wrong person, right? But it's just that the inconsistent gameplay on the PC is so stupid for me to even say this out loud. It's just a better version that it is on the console. That's what it is. It's just a better version. The only difference between the two is that my controls will feel higher. And it's so weird because you know what happens to me, bro? Here's what happened to me, okay? I did the review for Jonathan David. My first 6 games, I would say the game was at like 60% capacity. It still wasn't crazy good, but it was at like 60% capacity. And then the last like 2 or 3 games, I felt it in my heart, right? Like because this issue's been, you guys know I've talked about this issue for like 10 plus years now, right? Because I can feel it in my heart now. In the last like 3 or 4 games, I just felt the switch. It was a third last one or the fourth last one. I was like, oh, the game's garbage now. Like it was garbage before because 60% is still trash. But it was garbage before, but now it's just like, I don't even know why I'm on this game right now. Brother, timing is like, I'm telling you, when I play on the console, it's almost impossible. Like, it's so hard for me to time, bro. Because the animations are so much heavier, bro. Not the animations, but it's like I said, because the controls are slightly better on the PC, so it's like, you can feel it a little bit more. Maybe it's like registering like the moment you're really doing it, like that millisecond, you know? It's making the game, it's making the game, you can't say it's making the game heavier because the game still has good gameplay. Randomly. I trust very few in the community when it comes down to actually talking about these problems because everybody just pretends like we play a normal video game. People in Twitch chat, pretend. No, actually, not nowadays. I was impressed, man. Oh, I was impressed. Because what the chat used to be in 2017 to what the chat is now, I streamed the other day, you know, had a good amount of viewership. I was streaming, we were having regular conversations about the game, and people were not giving me brain dead responses. They were not being stupid. I was like, holy, and it was a lot of people. And I was like, wow. I was almost like a proud father to you guys. And I'm not saying this just to, like, I don't know the expression, like, toot your horn. Like, no, I don't care about that. If I need to roast you, I'll roast you. I don't care. But I was so impressed. I was like, wow, I can have, like, actual conversations with people because they're not brainwashed. Like, they're not brain dead when it comes to this game. I was really impressed. Really impressed. I think people see it more nowadays. I think this is why the ratings for this game has been like the lowest it's possibly been, because they're just building on top of a broken nucleus. Broken nucleus. They're just building. Next year will be worse. The year after that will be worse, and it'll go on and on and on. And then, like, they have this huge gameplay issue. Huge. Massive. Biggest gameplay issue in any video game ever, right? And then they have game modes that are only competitive. Brother, these Call of Duty guys, every time I watch reviews, man, every time, they always talk about skill-based matchmaking. Brother, your skill-based matchmaking compared to us, we have to... Can I tell you guys why the game feels sweatier for you? Because I need to say this to the brainwash kids, okay? Because you're talking like this is a normal video game that you play. You know why this game feels sweatier for you to play? Because it's slower. Because the animations are worse. Because your players do an animation before they finish your command, even though your command was finished a whole second beforehand. There's delay. You know why it's sweatier for you? Because the entire, not like Call of Duty, you die, you have moments where you're running and you can, like, your brain can calm down a little bit. When you're in the engagements, it's sweaty, blah, 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 whatever. But there's moments in the map where you can just kind of like chill out. Moments. We don't have moments of chilling out because we're not playing a responsive game. We're not playing a fast and responsive game most of the times because it exists in the game, but it's a rare Pokemon, right? We're not playing that sort of game. So the entire time of the first 6 minutes and the second 6 minutes from the first half and the second half, all you're doing the entire time is using so much brain power because all you're doing is consistently compensating your commands, not doing the one-to-one stuff that you actually want to do. Every dribble is emphasized. Every pass is emphasized. Every movement is emphasized. Your attacking AI is basically turned off when the game plays rough, which is most of the times, right? Because when it's good, these guys are moving, you know? It's crazy, bro. EA, I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? We have done videos in the past where we've seen that you guys had some sort of coding that, like, affects this and that. You guys need to sort it out because you have that old coding. Don't listen to these guys that say that this problem exists because of your engine. It's not your engine. Don't listen to these brain dead kids, okay? You have an issue of something, maybe from like a previous gameplay dev team or previous people that worked on the game long time ago, maybe FIFA 11, FIFA 10, because I don't know. It's been a very long time since inconsistent gameplays existed. I used to talk about it in the old FIFAs, FIFA 15. That's when I was mainly playing the game. But it was there for 14, 13, right? Or maybe like during like that sort of time area. You have to go all the way back and you have to see whatever it was that was implemented in the game. Go back into your documents, whatever it is you got to do to take that out of the game, bro. Because if not, or you guys don't care because you still make your money, the game will only progressively get worse as the time goes on. I can't even do a gameplay talk about this game because what gameplay am I talking about? When these devs message me, and no offense to one of them because I actually like him, right? But when these devs message me, hey, what do you think about the patch? Don't ask me about what I think about the patch. Your game is horrible. You don't ask me what I think about the patch. You guys are doing stuff on a game that is broken to its core, man. You think I care about your patch? I only do that because I gotta talk about it for a YouTube video. I know it's not gonna change anything. You did this patch, you barely noticed the patch. Why do you barely notice the patch? Because the inconsistent gameplay is still there. Do I notice the patch more if my gameplay feels more up to par? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Okay? Because I'll give you an example, right? On the PC, some guy had Marmouche. I didn't have my content accounts ready yet, right? Some guy had Marmouche for the review, and I'm like, oh, look, I'm actually seeing attacking AI movement out of Marmouche. I can do small, intricate touches with him. Go watch the Marmouche review, because that was done on PC, right? Go watch the sharp little touches. I could do it. I could do a sharp touch like this. Boom, boom. And I wasn't able to do that on the console. But that's because I was lucky, because when I did that review, it wasn't slow and sluggish completely. My commands were working, and the gameplay itself was decent to play. So I'm able to do that boom, boom touch thing, right? Again, Jonathan David, it was on the console the first couple of games before the last 3 or 4 games. Because the game was at 60% capacity, you can see more of the attacking AI stuff. So maybe you guys did do something to the gameplay patch. You know, maybe it's there. But I can't tell you with absolute certainty, because you'll never fix inconsistent gameplay. Your patches are irrelevant because this issue exists. Most of these guys that have been telling you, whether the pro players, whether it's the content creators that tell you, like, I don't notice a difference, it's because they're playing in garbage gameplay. And what they're doing the entire time is compensating for it because they're crazy enough to want to do it. I'm not that guy. I have not been that guy since FIFA 17 December, okay? I've mentioned this in every single Rants video ever. Results mean nothing to me. I got top 100 in the month of December, and I've mentioned this like a billion times because people always think it's a results thing. I got top 100 in the month of December, and that's when I stopped playing the game consistently. If it wasn't for YouTube content creation and this channel actually doing a really solid job, and it's because of the support of the people watching my stuff, cooked. Absolutely cooked, bro. Cooked. Because this game as a regular video game, this game as a game that you open up to actually willingly play is destroyed. And it will constantly get worse and worse as the years progress. I don't want to hear a single opinion of someone saying that this game is in a good spot. I don't want to hear about a single opinion of people saying that this game has a potential. The potential is irrelevant because they will never fix this issue. Right? That video that I made about the inconsistent gameplay when I had those 3 good games, I was raging because I rage the most when I get the best version of gameplay and I realize what your game is supposed to be like, but I don't get that most of the time. It's like a 5%, 1% even of me getting that gameplay. And then it goes away. It's like a Latios flying into the grass. You find it, you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have a Master Ball, and he just flies away. That's what good gameplay and bad gameplay is in this game. The Latios is so rare. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you could find it all the time. That's what this game is. PC has a bunch of hackers. The hackers on PC, I don't care about personally. Because again, I'm not playing the game for regular experience. I couldn't care less about the rewards and stuff, right? It's not important for my content. I just use the gameplay footage just to create the tactic videos, the player reviews, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I get hacked on all the time. I have a video of me reviewing Jadasi where you guys can see what the guy actually does to me. He literally closes my game. He pauses the game. No, so what happens is that he kicked off the game. He's controlling my team somehow. Every single person has like a cursor on their head or something like that. You can watch the video. It's like near the end of the highlights. He scores, does the gritty, obviously because he's a rat. He's a little loser that will amount to nothing in life, right? And that's not. I don't get mad because he's doing the gritty or because he's hacking. Because in the moment, I don't care, guys. I really don't. I'm just saying it now because this is a rant video and I have to talk about how garbage the game is and how people are crazy for willingly playing it, especially on the console this year. And I can't even fully say this because maybe when you guys hop on in the afternoon, when you're done work, and it's like 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, maybe it's more playable. Maybe. Who knows? But that's irrelevant because that's an insane problem to still have in your game. The thing that used to drive me crazy, like back in the day, more so than nowadays, is like people not seeing it. And I used to go crazy. Back in the day, I used to go crazy. I was like, yo, like, I know that this is an issue, but nobody else is talking about this. Now you guys are talking about it. Took you a while, but you talk about it now. It's good. Good. You can see with your own eyes now that they're building on top of a broken code, and it will consistently get worse. I could technically compare the best version of gameplay if I wanted to, like FC25 versus FC24, best version of gameplay. I could technically do that, but I don't want to because that's irrelevant. Potential And what the game could be like if it felt like it all the time is irrelevant information to give to you guys, because that's not what you get all the time, because we play a broken piece of garbage. That's it. I'm thankful because, you know, I just do the YouTube content, 1 o'clock. Most of the times I hop off. I have PC gameplay where my controls are a little bit better, so I can do a tactic video and not rage as much, because if I had to do content on the console account this year, I'll delete that account. I don't care. I will delete that account just so I can make sure I never play on it again. I'll delete it if I have to. I don't care about, like, if I have Varan on it, Tudom, it's irrelevant. Compared to the PC account, irrelevant. I'm actually so sad that I didn't start on the PC account, because I grinded the Varan and I grinded I have the Tudom on the account. Like, I have all those players on the account, and it was just a waste. It was just a waste, because I'm not gonna, once the review is out, a lot of the cards I just don't do again. Doesn't make sense, because like I said, I strictly play for the content creation at this point. But if you think I do it for the personal experience, like, you're crazy, man. Yeah, right. Go watch my reward video of me packing Sun and see what my reaction is, and go see what the comment section is, because they're not wrong. They're not wrong. They are not wrong. For my reaction to Sun, they're not wrong. And you know what? Even if the gameplay was at its best, I still wouldn't overreact. But I would be a little bit happier to get Sun if my gameplay was always at its best. This version of me would not exist. It wouldn't exist. But you know, I feel I have like a huge admiration for content creators. Like, you guys, even if they get paid well, it doesn't matter, man, because it affects you mentally a lot. Okay, I have a huge admiration for, you know, people like Boris Legend. You know, I feel bad for him because he started his RTG account on the console. And if you're a content creator on this game, and you want to make your experience as less painful as possible, you have to do a dual PC setup. Because if you're streaming, you need that to be able to stream and record at the same time. And unfortunately, he's on the console, so he has to continue that RTG playing in this disgusting gameplay. I can see his gameplay being horrible. I can see the delay affecting him, and I respect him because he doesn't rage. If Boris, I'll give you guys the equivalent, okay? Because I don't stream this game. If I stream this game, I'd be, the version you see of me right now in this video, I'd be much worse. Okay. Boris Legend grabbing a fist and hitting his desk like this is the equivalent of me grabbing a bat and just launching my monitor to Mars, to outer space. It would be, that's the equivalent of him hitting his desk, like just punching it, and me grabbing a bat and just winding up my monitor. 100%. It's the same thing. That's how crazy it is that he's so calm and composed. That's how crazy it is that, like, his chat is telling him what he should or shouldn't do on the console version of the game, especially now because he plays in the morning. So you're not playing a relevant game to tell the person you should do this or that, because the controls are horrible, your players feel horrible, and it's a horrible game to play. If you had the best version of gameplay at 100% capacity, yeah, you can. The switching is better, dribbling, attacking plays are better. Yeah, you definitely can. Even though the core mechanics are still bad because of the deflections still being a thing, but you can do that a little bit more. Oh, you know, this should have been done. No should-haves in this game when you play this game. And you can't even do should-haves on PC, bro, because it's still slow and sluggish when it feels like it. You're playing a game where it's like, don't even give advice. You can have people that have a higher percentage for win records, but it's irrelevant because the game's trash. It's trash, bro. It's trash. And for the record, if you're the type of person that says, like, oh, I used to get elite every single year and now I can't get elite, it's because you don't really have football IQ to play the game. You rely on mechanics to actually, like, get your results. And to be honest with you, I notice it even in the game nowadays. I know exactly what attacking, I know the side attacking plays that you do with the acceleration, but you can't switch those players. I know the first time lob pass that apparently they nerfed, still good in the game, even if you don't have the play style at all, not even the regular play style. First time, like, facing this way, lob passes that way, Trivella still being like, it's just all cringe. It's all cringe. It's all FIFA game gimmick mechanic stuff. It's like you could still score good opportunities, but you're really forcing it when you do it because it's not the most effective way. I had a game today where I did 3 good attacking plays green timed, and my players hit the post from good angles, and then I just hit one Trivella from a long distance and I scored it. And I almost wanted to, like, just punch. I wanted to go through my monitor when I scored that goal. Scoring it, bro. I wanted to go right through my monitor That's like the most whatever feeling in the world to score a goal like that. It's ridiculous. So yeah, this version of me, I mean, it only exists in the Rants videos. Don't worry about my mental health or whatever. I don't play the game like that. I couldn't care less about playing the game like that. We'll release this video earlier. Maybe I do a party bag. If I play on the PC, because that console, I'll toss my, I'll make sure to, I'll delete this account. I don't care. It's so irrelevant to play on it. If I play on the PC and I can collect highlights for this 451 that I'll probably be doing a review for, then I'll probably do that. The content creation will still continue for FC, but if there's moments where you see like real life football videos, that's the thing that actually makes me enjoy myself. Like, you know, when you're a content creator, you have to like kind of post stuff that like makes you proud in a sense. And when I posted that video of me just talking about football because I like football and I like talking about it, I felt good. When I uploaded the video, I just felt good. I didn't even care about the performance of the video. I just felt good about posting it. I felt like I was proud when I did that, you know? I used to have that for this game, like in the older days, like that pride in it. Now it's more so like just consistency that I look forward to, and just, you know, people just supporting in general, because people are still incredibly nice to me. And I always appreciate that, because I think you guys have opened your eyes a little bit more nowadays. Like I said, I went on stream, I was talking to people and I was impressed. I was like, wow, people aren't being moronic about this, about me talking about like how horrible this game is now. It's fantastic. So, yeah, unfortunately, we're in a situation where UFL is not a game that's anywhere near ready. I played the game. They have to fix that whole playing in advance thing. That already makes the game horrible. And they know this, because that's why they delayed their game, because it was technically supposed to already be released, but they delayed it because they know that their game is nowhere near ready. And then there's goals, but I don't really know what's up with goals. I can't really say anything about goals. I don't even know if they have a license, so it's gonna be a little bit trouble there, but maybe goals could end up being good. We'll see. Because we don't have any news on that, right? And they're in super early development, so the comments that you would give would be irrelevant, because it's not a brand new game. It's like pre alpha, right? Yeah, I don't know. This game survives off of live content, and their live content has been so bad recently. Insane. I don't know. I'm not mad. I'm more just like disappointed, you know? For me, it's like I've had this thing for like years, and I was talking about this on stream. I've had this thing for years of wanting to stream, and it would be great. Like if we had the right game modes in this game, if I had 100% gameplay capacity all the time, every single game I went into, the only thing that maybe affects me is maybe lag, because that's always a gaming thing, but not the feel of the players, not the feel of the gameplay, not that. It's two different things. I don't know, it's just like, that's the stressful part for me. It's wanting to stream, it's wanting to do that stuff. But yeah, I think for me, it's like I barely even been doing like transfer market reviews, because yeah. So I'm thankful for you guys, you know, with the FIFA content creation. I could just do like different sort of like concept videos. They still do well, which is fantastic. I do appreciate that. But you guys know I don't like this game. You guys know that's been done for me since FIFA 17 December. Playing the game normally, past content creation, I couldn't care less about. I don't care who I pack. You can give me Mbappe right now and I wouldn't care. I would care on the PC account, just like, hey, saves me coins so I can go do more content. But not in the sense of like me freaking out about getting him. No, that's cooked. That's cooked. I can't even say that like content creation doesn't give me a little bit of pride. It does. When the video is out and it performs like decently, then it still gives me a little bit. But I definitely felt more pride when I did the football video, for sure. Definitely. I felt like I liked seeing what my comment section was. I felt good about it, you know? But I don't know. It is what it is, unfortunately, guys. It's the situation. Don't worry about me, my mental health, that stuff. Don't worry. I'm not playing the game like that, man. It's not. And if I am, it's on the PC, so the controls are at least a little bit better. But it's not a better game. It's just controls wise, it's a little bit better. It just increases my threshold by 10%. It's crazy. I'm like right stick switching and I'm like, oh wow, I can actually do it way more here. And then even the defending, it's like if it feels slow, at least I can like, you know, like it's slow to move to the opposite direction, but it's still like doing it. And then when it's really good, holy brother, good gameplay on PC. When you, but you know what's weird is that like in the afternoon, I played one day and like jitters that I would not get when the gameplay was slow and sluggish in the morning, I would get in the afternoon when my gameplay felt better. It's just it's a broken game. Poorly optimized on the PC, horrible for the console. It's a cooked game, 100%. It's a cooked game. Unfortunately, I my rant videos will never change. It will be the same every year. But at least I'm more thankful now that I can play on the PC. What I'm actually doing right now, I'll explain to you guys perfectly, is I am waiting for the 5090 to come out and the new processors to come out, because I am going to be building a new PC, because one, it's for work, because I'll probably never play on the console again, right? And two, just to play regular video games at 4K 120 at like a high performance would be really fun for me, right? So it's still like a cool thing to be able to do, but that's what I'm personally doing. I'm like waiting for that to be a thing, and then when that is a thing, I'll be more content for sure. Not more content, but like it'll be better for me as a content creator because I can render out and edit videos while my game could still be open, because I have to close it to like do all that stuff. So I am waiting to do that, but that's going to be like January, February time, and I have to get lucky to get the 5090. That's going to be tough. But yeah, don't think I'm in a situation where it's like super stressful and stuff. Like, I'm okay, man. I'm okay. I'm okay because YouTube still does well. And then we're just chilling for the most part. Yeah. That's pretty much it. There's not really much else to talk about. It's just unfortunate. Because when I first did content creation, I always thought when I was younger, I'm like at some point, all these years of just pure stress and just anger really towards a company, it'll be worth it, because there's no way that they'll have this issue in the future. But hey, content creation's been doing well for the last 3 or 4 years for the most part, so it's like I'm just going to consistently do it, because consistency is the biggest part about it. It would be the same with streaming, but I get sad to not stream. I do think that these guys are crazy for streaming the game, but it is their job, unfortunately, for them. Especially if they're on console, they should have definitely bought a dual PC setup, since this is their job, just to raise their threshold at least by 10%. It would be much better for them, for sure. Your game is slow and sluggish, but at least your controls are better, you know? So yeah, even Nick, right? Because Nick, I've gone into his streams, and I'm just thinking the entire time, like, why does this guy even go on the console? I think if Nick were to go on console and PC, I think his skill rating on console would probably be like 650 or 700. No offense to him, because it would be the same for me. And then his PC skill rating would probably be like 900 or 950. I'm not joking. It would be that big of a difference for a game that only reaches or for a game that only stretches out your threshold by like 10%. Because of the controls, not the gameplay feel, but just because of the controls. If you guys want to go do your forum and Reddit posts complaining about me being a nuisance to your community, whatever it is, go be my guest. But just know that you're moronic. Okay? You guys can talk about me in any capacity. Oh, I don't agree with his opinions on a player review, or his tactics are trash, or not even my tactics, because we're doing reviews of tactics, right? So be it. But if you protect this game at any capacity, because apparently you guys have full-time jobs for EA's PR or something, you're all brain dead. I can't like, even with evolutions is really cool as a concept, but we only have competitive modes. So if your game already feels horrible, why would I want to do evolutions on cards that are still going to feel horrible? Back in the day, if you gave me an 80 rated card, but he had like 85 dribbling, like that was usable. But nowadays, it's like there's so much worse. You have to wait such a long time for these cards to actually be like proper meta cards to use. Or you have to put like 7 evolutions, 8 evolutions into one card being better. This concept would have worked way better in FIFA 15 when we had just divisions, top 3 divisions. Yeah, an evolution team would be so cool for that. But for nowadays, like most competitive modes and stuff, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There's not much else to say. I've said all that I had to say. I do want to say A big thank you to you guys that watched the football video. It was great to see that it actually can garner a viewership, because I do watch football, guys. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. For the most part, because I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? I'll make many mistakes in my life. But it was just really cool that people enjoyed that content, and seeing it almost brought me back to like the beginning days of YouTube content creation, of posting a video that like you feel happy about, and then people are also happy about it, and it makes you just feel good. For my mental health, it has been like a breath of fresh air. So maybe we do that more in the future. The channel will obviously be more based off of FC, because that's what it's built off of, right? Maybe we start working on a second channel for it as well. It all depends, right? We're gonna see what the vibes are for that. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Not really much else to say. Just wanted to kind of point all that out. I'm not a perfect person. I can see many qualities about myself that people may not like. But when it comes to this issue in the game with gameplay and the game modes and the way that this game is in its entirety, I have never felt so right about something as an actual hardcore written fact in stone in my life. So that's just the one thing where it's like, if people like go against, like, you're just wrong. It's not an opinion to say these things. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. For everything else, sure. You know, if you say something about, you know, Call of Duty, Fortnite, we can have a conversation, 100%. But for this game, no. Not about this issue. Thanks for watching, guys. I feel bad for you guys that play on this console, on the console version. You're gonna play a horrible game the whole entire year. So I feel bad for you. I really do. You'll willingly play because, you know, maybe you're addicted to football. Hopefully not addicted to packs. I will pray for you to not be addicted to packs and give this company FIFA points when they don't deserve it. You know, I'm talking this way, but at the same time, you do have to appreciate them in a sense, because I do watch YouTubers play different games, and there are worse companies. Like they would, like, because I've done this video every single year. Not once have they like copyrighted me, or not once have they, you know, done this or that to my channel. There's channels where that's happened to them from the companies of the games that they play when they are super against something. Because I think, like, deep down, if they're actually watching it, even if they have developers there that don't like me, which I couldn't care less about, because what I say is absolute fact when it comes to the gameplay and the game modes, I think some of them know deep down that I'm also right about this issue. So it's like, doing anything against it is like, you know, because I think the point of view is, at the end of the day, I just want this game to be a playable game that's proper to play in 2024. But I could say the same thing for 2023, 2022, 2020, 2021, 2020, and 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015. The list goes on and on. I could say the same thing for every year. Nothing will change. Next year will be the same. I couldn't care less about your core mechanics in the game, because I do not get the best version of your game all the time. And I'm actually genuinely confused as to what you guys work on in the gameplay studios when you're changing your gameplay, because there's no way that you actually believe you only have one gameplay. Because if you do, then you don't play the game normally. There's no chance, because I still see mechanics in this game that exist from a core mechanic perspective that is absolutely idiotic. For instance, if you want me to give you core mechanics, right stick switching still makes your player push the ball from the first touch when you're defending. Idiotic. And then there's also the other one where your players on the attackers will jump over a tackle animation from the goalkeeper. They're sliding at your feet, and your player jumps over the ball, which allows their defenders to get the ball easily, and you don't get a penalty. No one's doing that in real life. They're going to take that penalty. They're going to take that foul because they created that space for themselves. So that's another idiotic thing that's been in the game for like 3-4 years. So there's no chance that you guys play the game on a regular basis. Maybe like you're at your studios, and your studios have like one gameplay, but there's no chance that you guys actually go home, have your own version that maybe it's like a store-bought version of the game where you can actually see these issues. There's no chance. Otherwise, these issues would have been fixed. People would have been passionate enough at your studios to really be like, hey guys, like, we got to fix this. Or maybe you do have people passionate about fixing the issue, but you don't want to spend the money to actually go into the core nucleus of your game and figure out like why it's consistently doing that. Went to their studios 3 or 4 years ago to try to fix inconsistent gameplay, and I'm still dealing with it. Disgusting. Peace out, guys. You guys have yourself a good day. Today, maybe I do a tactic. I think Party Bag might be today too, so we'll continue that. Different version of me, content creator Inception, will be back on. But you know I don't like this game. I haven't liked this game for a while. Content creation, sure. And it moves, and we just leave it there, pretty much. Again, huge thanks to you guys for watching the football content video. That was awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys have yourself a great day. If you don't watch the other videos, I hope you guys, I hope nothing but the best for you guys. You guys help me out a lot with the YouTube stuff. So peace out, dudes. Love you guys.